was a professional actress and singer, and I was doing theatre, and a photographer asked me to model for him in a 1940s, 1950s pin-up style, and then he said I should do burlesque. And I didn't understand what burlesque was, and he said it's you, it's your personality, it's funny, it's parody, comedy, musical theatre. And so it took me about 2 years after modelling for him to look into burlesque, and then I started to do burlesque for fun, and then it changed into a career straight away. It's really fun. So when I started doing burlesque in 2005, or just before that, it was still a little bit underground, and then it exploded. And now it's just everywhere, but in like cabarets and restaurants, and it's really accepted as part of entertainment. So that's wonderful for all of us. It's to be lots of fun, to not take yourself too serious, to be sexy, funny, cheeky. I know this word in Italian doesn't work, cheeky, but it means to be lots of fun, to parody. So burlesque means to burlesque something, to joke about it, and to entertain the audience. Yeah. So there's two ways that things inspire me. Is sometimes I hear a piece of music and I must sing the song, or I must dance to the music. It makes my heart jump and makes my my body move. Or I really want a costume. So I made the costume before I made the acts. I create them all, so I make my costumes. And this, for me, makes it much more fun to do burlesque because it's like a challenge. So I'm very, very creative. I once met a guy with a sense of adventure. He was dressed to thrill wherever he went. It accepts everybody. It accepts every woman, any shape or size. You're not defined by shape or size. It's not like fashion that you have to be skinny and very androgynous. With burlesque, it embraces a whole woman, whatever your shape or size. And also, it really encourages you to be unique. So whoever you are, not to walk inside the shadow of fashion, but to be completely unique and fabulous just as you are. I'm like everybody, I just want to be loved, that's simple. People think, oh, you're sexy, you're this, you're that, but that's their projection. I don't think I'm sexy, I'm a showgirl, and I love performing and entertaining people. I don't think I'm so sexy. I really just do my job, and I love my job. But inside, of course, I just want to be loved, just like everybody else in the world. Treat me
I've always been into old-fashioned Hollywood glamour and retro style. When I was a kid, I used to watch the old Hollywood films and dreamt that one day I'll be like the silver screen sirens. It kind of just, burst from there, really. I discovered burlesque and I was like, this is what I want to do. Wrapped in paper, mean more to you than mine do, dear. Did the burlesque make you don't mean it when you...
I think you need to be quite confident in what you do, because there are so many different kind of styles within burlesque. I mean, you could be kind of quite cute and quite sweet, like my first act, or you could be quite sexy. But either way, you need to be really confident about what it is that you're doing and kind of really follow through and make sure that everything's quite precise and the audience has fun. This is the main thing.
Well, the first act I'm doing tonight will close the show. It's called Piano Playgirl, and it's just about having a bit of a musical orgasm on stage. I start by playing the piano, and then I go into this quite high energy dance routine with a little glitter explosion at the end. And then my second act that I'm doing is my signature act called Naked Nocturne, where I play a nocturne by Chopin on the piano whilst doing other things at the same time, which is to be seen. So.
A mixture of everything. I mean, quite often I get jewellery and things which are vintage, and then I'll have a costume which is made for me specifically. Like I had this corset made, the bustle made, but then other things like my stockings I'll buy from shops like What Katie Did, who make kind of quite good vintage reproduction things. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm lucky enough to have an amazing sponsor called Lulu and Lush. Yeah, they sort of custom make bespoke outfits for me, and when it comes to jewellery and crystals, I'm just a little bit obsessed with bling, so I kind of tend to pick the Swarovski option because I think nothing lights up better on stage.
Lots of people really. I think on the modern kind of scene you have people like Angie Pontani, Vicky Butterfly, sort of really amazing acts like that in the kind of neo-Burlesque world. So yeah.
Yeah, I think some of the the greats like Catherine Delish and Dita Von Teese, that have kind of pioneered burlesque and brought it to the mainstream, over the last 10 years, I found really inspiring, because before that people didn't necessarily know what burlesque meant, or barely even heard of the word, and they kind of brought it to the mainstream, and I think we've got a lot to thank them for. So.
Hello to Television X.
Hello to Television Net. This is
Slinky Sparkles
and Chrys Columbine.